Hi, my name is Sotonye.
And my name is Oluchi.
And welcome to the CX Playbook. This podcast is for customer service enthusiasts
and businesses looking to improve their customer service. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us. Hi, my name is Sotonye.
And my name is Oluchi.
And welcome to today's episode of the CX Playbook.
Yay! Another episode, another day to discuss businesses and how we're treating our customers.
Yep.
So, what are we talking about today, Sotonye?
So, I'd like us to answer discuss a question that I'm sure a lot of business owners have, which is, what do customers really want?
This question, if we can answer it correctly, we might be able to make a lot of money out of it because it's such a tough one. Because, with every business owner, they'll tell you a different thing. Because,
of course,
today my customers want good prices. Tomorrow they want great quality at the same good price, and I can't exactly achieve it. So what do customers really want? Such a good question, such a difficult question. But I feel like if you can crack that code in your business, you're on your way to millions.
Yeah, so I think even with that, I think the secret behind the question is that there's no one fits all answer.
Not at all.
So it's going to vary per business, depending on, I guess, who the customers are to start with.
Exactly.
Right.
I always tell my clients who I train for that you need to understand your customer's profile. It's such an academic term, but in essence, it's just a matter of, okay, out of all the 200 million people in Nigeria, what's the unique characteristic of the person who is going to approach me for a product or a service? So when you stop looking at it for like, I'll now be drawing graph and say, okay, my customer is Amina. I say, my product is for customers who want this, want that. If you're a food vendor, my product is for people who are trying to host small, intimate get-togethers without having to go to the stress of cooking themselves. My customer is a busy working mom who doesn't have the time to make fresh meals and would like her family to also be, nutritionally fed. Those simple things are kind of ways to enable you know your customer and then now decide, okay, what do they want, and then position yourself to deliver.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we'll get around to what they want, and I like these examples you've given. But I think a good place to start would really be to understand, first of all, what exactly does it mean to even give customers what they want? What's that thing about customer satisfaction or even loyalty? What does that really mean?
For me, I say this in my class, pretty much every class I teach. Satisfaction is a feeling, loyalty is a behavior. So satisfaction is, I want to buy something. I want to get this feeling from buying this item. So either I want to feel like I've gotten myself something nice, like retail therapy, or I want to feel like I fed myself well because I took myself somewhere to eat. But loyalty is now the act of going back to that place to purchase something after having been satisfied. So now it's now a question of, okay, can satisfaction exist without loyalty? Yes. I can buy from a customer, from a vendor rather, and feel satisfied, but not have the inclination to behave myself in that way of like, okay, behave loyally by going back to the person. And in some cases, loyalty can actually exist separate from satisfaction, because I can be loyal to a brand because my sister owns it. So there's a reason for my loyalty. And I may not necessarily be satisfied because maybe she's not doing great at what she's selling, but I'm loyal to it. So they're two very separate concepts. So people mistake it for each other. People expect that because I was satisfied with your service or your product, it means that I will now I owe you my loyalty. No, I do not owe you that.
So basically, the way I would also say is satisfaction is basically short term. Like you said, a short term feeling.
Yes, it is.
While loyalty sort of is a long-term commitment.
Yes, it is.
On the part of the customer
to
keep going back to that business.
Pretty much. So you could say satisfaction is the relationship and loyalty is the marriage.
And you see that's the thing, the relationship leads to marriage. So if a customer keeps coming to your business and every single time you either meet or exceed the expectations,
it's only natural.
It's only natural that eventually they'll become loyal.
Exactly.
So loyalty is something that's built from, I would say, multiple incidences of
Multiple, exactly,
satisfaction.
exactly. I totally agree with you. So cost vendors need to, or business owners need to understand that satisfaction could also change.
Mm-hmm.
The matrix for satisfaction can
Yes.
change. Today a customer might be wanting attention and, like that back and forth type of care.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow that customer might be wanting swiftness, because I hear a lot of vendors complain about customers always traveling.
Always traveling. I'm traveling tomorrow.
I'm traveling tomorrow. And they're like, I even see it in some posts like, please, we know you're traveling tomorrow. Help us buy it today so that we don't
But you
have
know the funny
issues.
thing. Most times I'm traveling tomorrow. Truly and
In my
honestly.
case, I usually am, but I understand that people do that because they're trying to
Yeah.
not get disappointed. It's like telling
Yeah.
a tailor you need the outfit today, meanwhile you actually need it like in two
Yeah.
weeks. So I get that. So the needs of a customer will change. It could be today, it could be, I want it to be tomorrow. I want it fast. Tomorrow it could be, I want good quality. I don't care how long it takes. So
Mm-hmm.
being able to also adapt is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I really think, going back to the discussion about, it starts with who your customers are.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you understand your customers,
Mm-hmm.
you would kind of get a feeling of, okay, what exactly,
What's their
do these
priority?
people want? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think in another episode we're talking about the whole price versus quality
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So your customers might prefer quality over, whether it's the
Pricing.
cheapest item on the market.
Exactly.
So you kind of need to know that to be able to give them
What they
what they
want.
want. And you made a really good point that what they want can change.
It
So I would
changes.
say you have to keep asking them what they
Exactly.
want per time.
Exactly. And we've talked
Right.
about how you need to
Yes.
interact with your customers.
Yes.
It can't be just a one-way street. There's something in, again, I go to supply chain a lot because, again, it's my field. And I think that supply chain actually really, really does concern the process side of
Mm-hmm.
customer service. So there's a one-way flow of cash, which is usually from the customer to the business.
Yeah.
There's a one-way flow of product or service, which is from the business to the
To the
customer. But
customer.
the information flow is both ways.
Mm.
The arrow is
Yeah.
it's this way. So you need to give information and get information, because that getting of information from the customer, but a lot of businesses don't do that.
Mm.
They only just do the cash and the product flow, but the information flow is
Mm.
not there. And it's very, very important to make sure that you institute that into your business. So important. So
Yeah.
what would you say is one of your top ways you think that vendors or businesses can convert satisfaction to loyalty?
So I think based on what we've said, you would have to play the long game.
Mm.
So you have to look to actually satisfy your customers every single time,
Mm-hmm,
really.
mm-hmm,
And I think that's the essence of what we teach, right?
mm-hmm,
Because you're
mm-hmm,
trying to create a system where every single person that interacts with your business gets that excellent experience every time,
mm-hmm,
gets that
mm-hmm,
satisfaction.
mm-hmm,
And the
mm-hmm.
whole point of a great customer experience is building that loyalty status.
Exactly, exactly,
So yeah, I would say
exactly.
consistency.
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 Yeah, and I think that's what's so difficult, because I've seen this time and time again. A business starts and there's so much zeal and ginger,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just tell that this person is just out to please. Oh, I want to please my customers.
Yeah.
My customers are priority. And the business gets bigger and bigger, and they start to lose that, touch, that
Yeah.
extra
That
attention.
zeal to serve.
Exactly. At that
Yeah.
point in time, it's just like it's all about the money. And I
Mm.
get it, it makes sense. In everything in life, there's something they call see finish.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start to you at the point you just kind of just lose track with that. And I think that's why it's also important to have a team around you that can take up that slack
Mm.
from where you've left it. For me, I'd say you can provide a solution and then provide ease with that solution. I think
Mm.
that's one way to achieve
Yeah,
satisfaction.
achieve satisfaction.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth talking about. So even though customers may vary from business to business,
Mm-hmm.
I feel there are certain foundational things
Theories,
customers
yes.
would want from
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So for instance, I would say every customer wants quality product or service.
Definitely.
Like they're not trying to give you money for
For
rubbish.
crap, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that's one. And in this day and age that we live in, something you mentioned, every
Mm-hmm.
customer wants speed
Oh yeah.
because
Speed is
everyone is so used to
important.
everything, being
Today's customer
Now,
is
now, now.
lazy, so we
Yeah.
don't have the
Yeah.
energy or the time. It needs to happen quickly and easily.
Yeah, so that's the thing, convenience.
Convenience,
Yes.
exactly. And they're looking for new ways to provide that convenience because, again, today convenience might be 2 business days of delivery. Tomorrow it could change to same day delivery.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, you now need to align yourself. Okay, or it could be cheaper delivery or more consistent delivery, or maybe the delivery that shouldn't get to my gate. The delivery should come and meet
It
me
should
in my
come to
bedroom.
my, yes,
Do
it
you
should come to my
understand?
bedroom. Yes.
So it changes so quickly, and that ease is so important because, again, it's fine to get your product, but if I have to come all the way to maybe the island, I live on the mainland, I have to come all the way to the island to get it, I might have to start reconsidering. I mean,
Yeah.
we spoke about, we're just talking about cinemas
Yes.
before we came on here, and you asked when last time, and I said that there was a really good experience I had where you kind of put your feet up and then they serve you, and then you're watching the movie and having like a proper meal. But I went once and didn't go again because I can't imagine going through Third Mainland Bridge to watch a film. You understand? So yeah, was it a good experience? Yes. But then again, I would like them to bring it to the mainland to
closer
me.
to you.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's the satisfaction that I am craving, which again, I probably am not going to get because, you know. So yeah, that's it. That ease is so important. So another thing that I think customers really want is respect. Even though I think we take it to a different level in
A
this
different
country.
level, really.
We take it a little bit too far. Again, this is a personal preference. I don't particularly like the ma'am tag. So sometimes you don't either. Okay,
I
good. So it's not
don't.
just me. So sometimes, and then business owners use it a lot. They're just everybody's ma'am, which I get, and I encourage that.
I can't blame them because there's like a particular generation that takes this thing too serious.
Even our generation, to be honest with you, there's some people even who are millennials that are very into the ma'am thing. I'm not, so I would rather just be like, okay, call everybody ma'am. But if they do tell you their name, respect that because that doesn't happen.
I introduce myself and half the time I have to tell them, please, could you just
they won't
use
stop.
my name?
Oh, they never stop. You are ma'am. You must be ma'am. You don't have
Is it by force?
You are gonna be ma'am whether you like it or not. So yeah, these little things. I mean, respect is different to different people.
Yeah.
And for me, I've had people call me ma'am and be nasty in the ma'am.
Yeah.
I showed you one of such messages.
Yes.
The ma'am was mamming. I was being disrespected, So it makes no sense. And I think that respect needs to be what the customer tells you it is. If I say, just call me Oluchi, then
that's really, I would prefer that. That would lead to satisfaction on my part.
Don't ma'am me into no. And that's why I said the respect thing is good, but we disrespect people with respect. I mean, like, it's just like people say, once you hear with all due respect,
you know that the next thing coming so disrespectful. You're not
disrespect's gonna be loud. So loud. So yeah, that's another thing that I think customers want.
I have one. So
yeah,
I think customers really want clear communication. And I think a lot of businesses take it for granted.
Very much so.
Just correct. In the same, if we say your customers want what they want now, guess what? They want updates.
Simple.
Where is it at this point? Has it left the store? Is it at my door? Is it on the way?
They want
clear communication.
They'd rather go straight and answer questions.
And I think it's even worse when something goes wrong and the business goes quiet. I think that's where lots of people lose customers.
Yes.
I always tell people in class, I'm like, if the customer has to call you about the problem, you've already lost out.
You missed it completely. I agree.
So you have to communicate first. And, truth is, if you are communicating with your customers, chances are you're already managing their expectations, right? So guess what? That's goalpost of satisfaction. You're shifting it. If you're saying, okay, we'll deliver within 48 hours and something goes wrong, and you reach out and say, I'm so sorry, you're expecting your delivery tomorrow, but due to XYZ, it's going to take maybe an extra day. Guess what? You've adjusted that expectation. Exactly. And when the customer receives it when you said they would, or even maybe earlier, they're probably still satisfied
Yeah,
at that point.
it's the under promise over deliver principle. But the thing is, a lot of business owners are scared to shift that goalpost, like you said. And I think that's where the fear is not valid, because again, it can't happen by this time. It can't happen by this
Yes,
time.
it's already a fact.
There's nothing, ghosting and keeping quiet is not going to miraculously make it happen. It's not. Just say the truth. You understand? I'm sorry, but the tailoring industry is very, very guilty of this. I'm sorry, I have to call you people out. You people it's now there are memes, there are jokes to this effect. It's crazy because you can't trust a Nigerian tailor, and then they've carried that bad behavior abroad.
Oh
Because
my, I can imagine.
I've seen so many videos of
I
people
can
complaining
imagine. What a
about the
shocker.
Nigerian. Like, they've carried it everywhere. You can't tell it. Like, even till now, my instinct is not to tell a tailor the real day I need the outfit.
I don't think anybody actually tells the real day. But
And
guess
that's
what?
a
They're still going to
problem.
disappoint you.
Regardless, even without
Beyond
your
the
2
real
weeks, even without your extra time that you gave them, So I had to call them out on that. It's you can tell the customer it's not ready, so that the customer can also again adjust their life to fit your new timeline. But you don't tell the person, you ghost. Then the person now comes to you, just like you said. Once the person calls you, you've missed it. Because the person is like, please, my order was supposed to be delivered. When is it? I've even dealt with vendors that you order from them and then you just don't say anything. They just don't deliver. And then you're not like, but I ordered something. And then you go back to the person and the person is just like, oh, apologies for the late. I'm like, what's happening? What's going on here? So yeah, I think that one, that communicates.
So I think even on communication, so something happened, I think a couple of weeks ago. So I decided to try out one of these fashion brands. So I ordered a couple of things and, so pretty straightforward, pick, pay, whatever, put in your address for delivery, whatever. And then I get a call. I think the brand is based in Lagos. So I get a call and it's like, oh, Ma, your things have arrived at the park.
Excuse me?
Would you like, thankfully, he followed it with, would you like us to deliver to your address?
Okay.
But that delivery is an extra charge.
To come to your doorstep.
From the park. But first, you didn't tell me you were shipping my clothes
via
to
the park. You didn't give me the option to
paid
choose
you,
doorstep.
And I pretty much paid
the
delivery
the
same way. Yes, it was literally what I pay other brands to deliver to my doorstep.
Yeah.
So I was quite shocked when that happened. I'm just like, oh, wow. And so this guy, of course, delivers to my doorstep for an exorbitant price.
I smell fishiness with this. And I'll explain to you what I think has happened. They wanted to charge you extra for the delivery, but they wanted to put you in a position where you couldn't refuse that charge. Because if he had charged you that from Lagos, you probably might not have even bought at all.
Yeah.
So they get it to the park. It's already close to you. So at this point in time, it's like, why now?
But then I think that's irresponsible.
Oh, incredibly so.
Because if other businesses are shipping with what we would call the most expensive shipper, at the same price it took you to get it to my city.
That's why I said that.
Then you're quite irresponsible.
That vendor is not very straightforward. It's pretty clear. So yeah, clear communication. Discuss with disclose to your customers when you think that there might be an issue. I think I'll touch one last one, which is deliver the quantity and quality that was promised.
Yeah.
I've seen businesses will deliver a navy blue dress when a black dress was ordered. And
that's happened to me.
And it's like, it's almost, I mean,
that has
in the light, it's not really obvious. It's almost the same.
No, this wasn't even a light issue because I think I ordered like a bright blue and I got like a gray.
Whoa, that's like...
No, it was... and I'm just like, hello?
Same dress, but just different colors.
Well, that's what was in stock, ma.
So it doesn't happen to you. Good. So this happens so often and there's zero remorse.
Yeah, no. There was no remorse.
It's like, you ordered a dress, you go, but that's not what was quality and quantity promised. So you can't say, oh, okay, you ordered 12, but we happen to have 10. So we brought the 10 like that. Hopefully you can manage. You cannot be doing your business and be thinking for the customer. No, that's not your job. I'm not paying you to think for me or to make adjustments in my life for me. No, that's not done. You understand? So that quality and quantity promised, honestly, if people did that more, we would have a lot less what I ordered versus what I got memes floating around the internet.
Yeah.
It's always a situation of either the quality that was ordered is not delivered, or the quantity that was ordered is not delivered. So I think that's something that people really need to work on. And yeah, you talked about communication. I think that I'll touch on one other thing around communication. Also, maintain your relationships when you can.
Yes.
When you can.
When you can.
Yes. Again, you also have to understand that not all customers are going to become your best friend.
Yeah.
It's not like when you work in an office, you kind of see the person every day. So somehow a friendship will... I mean, there are vendors that I eventually like, they started off buying from them and then we developed a friendship. That happens. But I see that some business owners expect it to happen with all their
So
customers.
I'm not the friendly kind of customer. I can buy from you
and not have a
ever so
relationship.
Often, but I don't know. I don't want to be
so
saying...
not everybody wants
I don't want
that.
to be saying hello dear, hi dear,
oh,
and all that. No,
the
I'm not
dears.
interested. Just give me what I want, take my money. We're good.
The dears, that's another thing. So that you create relationships where you can, but relationships doesn't mean that you are going to be going to each other's house or inviting each other for each other's weddings. Not necessarily. It might mean if it happens, sure, it has happened before, but just make sure that at least the person understands that you value their patronage.
Yes.
And that you are willing to, provide that service when and wherever they need it.
And I think in line with maintaining relationships, so it's important to note, don't make it awkward for a customer to, want to come back if something goes wrong. I think that's where some people just sort of cut the person off. But when we're talking of relationships, we're talking of actually trying to solve a problem, trying to come to an agreement, trying to, even if you're leaving things with a customer who has been, say, terrible, just try and leave it on as good a note as you can leave it.
Yes, very important.
Because sometimes customers want to come back, but the way things ended,
they just can't
discourage them from
doing that.
Going back. Either they are too embarrassed or they're just like, well, I can't really trust that business to actually,
solve exactly to solve my problems. Okay. So yeah, this has been really good. I think again, just like you said in the beginning, it's not one size fits all. What we've done today is essentially give you an array of ways that you can actually, go ahead and satisfy your customers and pinpointing their needs. They want to be respected. They want attention. They want you to communicate with them. They want you to, tell them the truth. Give them heads up if something
they want
goes
quality
wrong.
Goods and
they
services.
want quality goods and services. They want what they ordered. Honestly, first things first. They want what
the barest
they ordered.
minimum, really.
Just before we came in, I was looking on my phone and someone put a clip of they ordered creamy pasta. It looked like creamy pasta in the picture. And what came looked like bitter leaf soup. I'm sorry. I'm going to show you the picture so you know that I'm not lying. And it's so shocking because I'm like, how? And I saw the price tag of the pasta. It was 17,000 naira.
No way.
Oh God. I felt so bad. So just give them what they ordered. Honestly, that's how I'm going to end the episode today. Give customers what they ordered and we should all be fine. Okay, guys? Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. And see you in the next episode.
See you in the next one. Bye.